now for your 90-day free trial.
The Personal Post Office. Mailing made simple.
You want to be prepared? You watch the Weather Channel. When it comes to something as important as this, knowing what we know can make all the difference. It's all we do. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
This live view shows it slow going on Columbus Avenue in New York City this morning. Snow is falling on ice-coated streets, increasing the hazards of this major winter storm. Hundreds of school districts are closed in the New York suburbs, Long Island, and northern sections of New Jersey. Good morning. Welcome to this edition of Weather Center. I'm Rick Griffin. This winter season 99 is making travel difficult and dangerous from Ohio to New England. Besides New York and New Jersey, many schools are closed in Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Our live team coverage of this major storm continues now. We start with Bruce Edwards in the Forecast Center. Bruce?
Thanks very much, Rick, and good morning, everyone. In the Weather Channel Forecast Center, as we have our live coverage, this is the warmest spot to be because we have other crews out in the middle of the storm system. That's a humdinger, because if you're not getting iced, if you're not getting snowed upon, you are definitely getting cold, very, very cold, as a matter of fact. The elements that we warned of are all coming together with high pressure to the north, low pressure to the south, in between wind, snow, ice, and rain, freezing rain at times. Here's a look at the latest radar, and you can see the moisture continuing to work its way on towards the northeast. And again, that feed of moisture continues. The cold air is already in place, and that's creating very hazardous conditions from eastern Ohio through New York State, most all of Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, into southern New England, with rain down through the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. That will be switching over to some ice and snow a little later on. Airport delays aplenty in the Northeast. If you're flying in or out of any of the major hubs in the Northeast, do what you can to bide your time. Check with your air carrier upon your flight availability and have a good book and some crossword puzzles and everything on board, because it's going to be a slow go today, so check ahead. So travel is very hazardous, land, sea, or air. In Westchester County, New York, yesterday saw temperatures in the balmy 50s, but this morning it's a brutal ride from Westchester County into the city. You're getting light sleet and snow, which of course has put the brakes on traffic. That wintry mix will continue for a while and make matters worse. There's that very, very cold air. The temperature in Westchester County around 10 degrees with a wind chill of 15 to 20 below zero, but there's worse weather than that over the northeast. A little farther down the pike, a little farther south in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, north of Philadelphia, the Weather Channel's Jeff Morrow has been stationed there. It's gotten colder, it's gotten a little icier, but so far nothing I guess you can't handle, right, Jeff?
That's pretty much the deal here, Bruce. No doubt about it. We've gotten the ice. We got some ice last night, about an 1/8 to 1/4 inch worth, and that definitely put a coating on everything, including some of the roads. Then we got some sleet this morning and a little snow and ice on top of that. So it's that goulash you often like to talk about, and it's covering just about everything here except the major highways. And it looks like those major interstates, like I-76 behind me, are doing okay. I want to give you a number here that you can call for the Southeast Pennsylvania Transit Authority. That is 215-580-7800. Again, that's 215-580-7800 to get the latest information on any possible delays that there might be with some of the public transit here in Southeast PA, particularly around the Philadelphia area. Just to mention again, as you're looking at the Schuylkill Expressway here, things are going well on the major roads, including the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the Schuylkill Expressway, and also I-95. But the secondary roads, particularly when you get off the main roads into some of the side streets and some of the neighborhoods, they're snow-packed and icy. And so reports of some spin-outs in some of those areas, and maybe some delays if you're getting out now, maybe a little bit late and going off to work. You're going to find it a little bit slippery there. Otherwise, Bruce, it's nothing that central or southeast Pennsylvania hasn't seen many times in the past. Hopefully it won't get too worse, but we're expecting more wintry mess as we head on through the afternoon. Back to you.
All righty, thank you. Jeff Morrow live in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. We'll have more reports from Jeff throughout the course of the day. We now introduce our winter weather specialist, Paul Cosin. And Paul, again, it's nothing the folks there haven't seen before, but boy, it seems like it's just one on top of the other the last couple of weeks. It's making it tough to handle.
Right, it's good that this seems to be sort of the last in a series of storms, but this is a humdinger as far as cold temperatures and heavy precip. High pressure still maxing out over northeastern Canada with record-breaking cold across Maine this morning. As we mentioned, Allagash, 55 degrees below zero, coldest ever recorded in Maine, possibly the coldest ever recorded in New England. Low pressure now developing across the Ohio valleys, bringing in moisture. The combination of those two bringing lots of freezing rain across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, sleet and snow to New York and southern New England. We're looking forward to a second system that's going to be amplifying in the next couple of days. We'll send a second system up the East Coast tomorrow. When we see that system tomorrow, we will have a forecasting problem between sleet, freezing rain, snow, and just plain rain. We will keep you apprised.
Well, again, if you're not impacted by the snow or the ice, you were definitely impacted by the cold air. We look at those present temperatures, and again, still way below zero. Boston just above. Elmira's creep back up to 2 degrees after falling to zero. But not only is it just the absolute cold temperatures, it's the wind chill values that are brutally cold. So if your car breaks down on the highway, for example, you've got to wait for a bus, you've got to wait for a train. You've got to cover every little stitch of you as you can, because we're talking wind chill values 20, 30 below zero and colder, extremely cold here. Temperatures in the last 24 hours.